compost pile that we're picking out of. We moved it and forked it around a little bit. Hadn't got around to sifting most of it. Already dug some potatoes out of here that we're growing. We got little butternut squash. I'm guessing that's what they are. Growing all over the place. There's probably like 10 of them in here. And some tomatoes too. I think the tomatoes that were in here were probably cherry tomatoes. Won't know till they start growing really, get bigger. All kinds of stuff growing up out of here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 squashes. And ain't no telling how many things covered in tomatoes. All over the place. And other stuff. There's probably more potatoes growing out of here. I mean, the potato that was growing, the 2 that I planted over there, it wasn't even a whole potato. It was like part of a peeling. Or one eye, I guess, was still attached to it, and it started growing. So we'll be good with that. Had a last year. Had a papaya growing up out of here, and didn't get it out of the ground before the first frost, and it killed it. Almost that killed it immediately. But thing got to be about 4 foot tall, just growing out of the compost pile. Big old papaya. So I'm probably gonna till up another section over on the other side of the garage there. Put squash over there, because these things will take up a lot of room. Those butternut squash, they grow kind of wild. I know last year I had one out here that was, 15 foot across. It just grew everywhere. And I let it, and it produced a lot of squash. Still got squash in the pantry there. And they're good too. And that's something we bought, a butternut squash, and took the seeds out of it and tossed them in the compost pile, and they grew. So you get all kinds of interesting stuff growing in your compost pile. And most of the stuff you can just replant. You're not really sure what you're going to get on some things, like if it's F1 seed. If it's a hybrid seed and you replant it, you might not get the exact same thing, but we did. Well, I don't know if they were F1 because we bought the butternut squash at the store and just used the seeds out of it. Not even intended to. They were just in the compost pile. And squash, they pretty much all look the same when they come up. Have them 2 leaves, but you still can't tell. In fact, some of these might be calabash or calabash squash, which is Japanese little green squash, pumpkin looking thing. So some of them probably are, some of these probably are, but like I said, you can't tell until they actually set fruit. So we'll see what it is. It's free stuff. All right, you guys take care.